Namaste viewers, welcome to our technical channel Ganesh Piping. Today's topic is very interesting and we have in fact given a very elaborate video. Of course, the entire content for the offshore platform cannot be discussed because we have cut short, and but we have taken care that we have covered the most important points for key points which are the functions for an offshore platform. So do watch this video. It will be a quite large video, maybe around half an hour. So do watch it till the end. And once again, request you to subscribe our channel, like, comment, and don't forget to share our videos. Thank you and have a nice watching. Welcome all to this episode. This is a very important and concluding topic, we can say, and it is the most important part of this entire offshore oil and gas technology program, because till date what we have seen is that we have so what I was saying is that the main important part of this hydrocarbon process, hydrocarbon, upstream hydrocarbon. So be it offshore or be it onshore, because we know that these hydrocarbons are extracted from onshore facility as well as offshore facility, and our course is related to offshore. But primarily for onshore or offshore, this particular segment which we are going to study from today onwards, that is the treatment or the processing, is the very important and crucial part, and we are going to understand this what actually it means by processing. And for that, in uh, offshore facility we have a special dedicated platform which is called as a process platform, and that process platform we are going to study today. One by one we are going to understand. So I will give us a brief overview of these process platforms. So process platforms basically actually is the heart of the entire this offshore oil field, we can say. And what is this process platform? Like till now we have seen that the hydrocarbon which is extracted, so that hydrocarbon, when it is being sold out to the downstream segment companies, like for example, if I take example of the Shell Petroleum. So Shell Petroleum has a business of downstream as well as upstream. So the upstream company is different for a Shell and downstream company is different. So what these downstream companies do, they purchase the hydrocarbons, extracted hydrocarbon. It is crude oil or it may be a gas from the upstream hydrocarbon producer company. Okay. So when they are purchasing that particular hydrocarbon, certain qualities of that product is desired, and those qualities basically are removal of certain impurities which are there when they are extracted from its natural resources, from its natural source, like in from the seabed or from the earth crust. So when they are extracted, they have certain impurities. So as a downstream hydrocarbon operations company, if suppose I want to purchase or I want to procure some say 1,000 barrels of oil, so my expectation, or I will not say my expectation, there is certain international standard or guidelines which are set by competent authorities like there is one that is called as OPEC, that is oil producer countries or something like that, association, countries association. So they have set these guidelines. So according as per those guidelines, whenever whenever I sell out some hydrocarbon, maybe it a gas or maybe it a liquid, and whenever I purchase it, okay, both these parties, there is a common agreement on certain on a particular quality of that product which they are buying. So that to achieve that quality, that is to remove all those impurities, this main processing platform is required. That is the basic purpose of this. So to get the what I can say sellable quality of this hydrocarbon, we have to remove certain impurities, and for processing that we require main process platform. That is a very simple explanation of this. Okay, so now we can see here in this photograph that there are so many platforms, and all these platforms, all these rig basically is nothing but a drilling tower where we can see like here there is a drilling tower actually. No, sorry, this is a chimney, this is a flare actually, which is used for burning of the excessive gases. Okay, and there is a drilling rig also. I think this is the drilling rig which is where we are using that for drilling operations, for horizontal drilling operation when we want to explore the remotest zones of that hydrocarbon reserve. For that we require that drilling rig. So this drilling rig is associated with the wellhead tower. So what is wellhead tower? Again, I will just try to recollect all these things which we have done in the past, in our past sessions. So in that wellhead tower is nothing but that Christmas tree and the wellhead, production tree and the wellhead, and that casing, entire casing, that pipe which is going inside the seabed till, and it is coming from the water, sea water. So that is basically the all these assemblies mounted on that wellhead platform. So that wellhead platform will it is the main point, starting origin point from where we will get this hydrocarbon coming out. So this hydrocarbon is then transferred to the riser platform. Like the riser platform will be like, suppose there are 10 20 wellhead towers. So these wellhead towers, all of this will transfer the hydrocarbon to a common platform which is called as a riser platform, and that riser platform will carry a big line, big pipeline, subsea pipeline, that will be the purpose of that line will be to transfer the combined hydrocarbon which is collected from all these wellheads to the main process platform. In the main process platform, there are certain platforms where we have a separate storage platforms, completely storage platforms. So that storage platform will be of two types. One, before pre-treated crude and treated crude, pre-treated hydrocarbon and treated hydrocarbon. Pre-treated hydrocarbon means the hydrocarbon which is directly received from the riser platform. So that hydrocarbon will be sent to the main process platform where it will be treated, and what process is there for treating that we are going to see. Okay, so after it is treated, it is transferred to the storage platform, finished product, and from where it is again taken over by ships. Okay, so they are directly sold, means that product is sold out. Okay, so this is on at the entire process. So this here we can see this is called as the super complex. So super complex is nothing but we can see they are connected by bridges. Offshore bridges are there, steel bridges. So this complete complex, super complex, here we can see, I think these are the wellheads, we can see here all the wellheads. This is also a facility. So these platforms are nearby and they are connected by steel bridges, and one may be a process platform, some may be a storage platform, some may be an accommodation platform, some may be wellhead towers, some may be a drilling rig. So all these are connected together, and we can travel from one platform to another platform. For that only this bridge is there. So this is basically a diagram where we have a shallow water. So the best example of this shallow waters is in the Persian Gulf. So all these Gulf countries. So basically, actually, that Persian Gulf is not actually a open sea. It is kind of a creek. It's a kind of a creek, and that is why it is not that deep. The water depth is, I think, maybe within 100, yes. So in UAE waters, I think it is less than 25 meters, less than 25 meters. So I remember that when I worked for one project that is called Satal Razbot. So in that Satal Razbot, the water depth was almost 14 meters, or somewhere it was 12 meters. So it is nothing actually. So they have developed one artificial island in that, and on that island they installed all the onshore facilities. So that is a kind of an onshore within offshore, because they have installed all the facilities like onshore, and that onshore was developed inside the sea, because the water depth was hardly some 12 or 14 meters. So this is a offshore hydrocarbon super complex, offshore hydrocarbon super complex, which is in shallow waters. Okay, so shallow water, this kind of facility is possible. So now we will see, yes. So this is called CPP, that is the Central Processing Platform. So I will show you here. So I think this is that CPP. It's very complex. It is size is also big because so many process facilities are uh, installed on it. So this CPP is the process platform. So that is also called as a technically central processing platform. Central processing platform, because all the hydrocarbons will be connected to, will be transferred to this. That is why it is called central. It is central for all these wellheads and all. Okay, even the riser platforms job is to collect the oil from the wellhead platforms and transfer it combinedly to, or combine means all these combined together from the wellhead platform to the CPP. So now we will see this CPP. Just 1 minute. Okay, fine. Okay, so now we will see this central processing platform. So I will read out this for you. So offshore platforms are used to explore, extract and process oil and gas retrieved from the seabed. One vital part of this structure is the central processing platform, that is the CPP, which we can see. We can see here that so much space constraint is being, see here, these are the trusses actually for the structure, and the piping and everything is closely, compactly uh, fixed together in such a way that it is very difficult to find out each and everything. This is the crane actually, platform crane, and it is basically a diesel operated crane. Uh, this is called as a pedestal crane, and it can be rotated, and basically this crane is used for when we have this ship, when the ship supply ships are there which brings the food, drinking water, and all the other required uh, utilities, not utilities, I will say that all the supply which is required for survival. So these are brought by the supply boats, and this is, and also some machineries also. So this pedestal crane is useful in that case for loading unloading. Okay. So now one vital part of this structure is a central processing platform where the wellhead fluid is pumped from wellhead platforms through the riser for processing. Riser means riser platform. The most important function of the CPP is to separate. Now this is very important. Separate the oil, gas and water from these three phases wellhead fluid to produce the final product of the platform. This is what we have seen. Whatever comes out from the wellhead is called as a well fluid. Well fluid means what? Mixture of all. That's the basic simple definition. Mixture of all. So we have to remove the impurities and then we will get the crude, which is the final product for which we are doing all this exercise. Okay. So now we'll move forward and see. So this entire process platform, whatever treatment we are going to do. So this is a summary of all this process. Summary. So what you have to do is this 6 points. What are those 6 points? Separation unit. What is this separation and all that we are going to see. Second, desalter. Third, gas desulfurization. Fourth, gas compression and dehydration. Fifth, produced water treatment. Sixth, seawater processing and injection. Okay. So now I will one by one. These are the whatever units are there on the process platform. The purpose of all those units is to achieve these six objectives. These six objective or things we have to achieve. To achieve that, whatever units are required that are there on the main process platform, that is the CPP. Okay. So now first I will one by one I will give you hint for that, and in later on we will see it in more detail. Separation unit. So separation unit, from the name itself you can make out that it is the separator. The separator is a part of this separation. So what is this separation? When we get the well fluid, it is a mixture of hydrocarbon, liquid as well as gas, because when we extract when the hydrocarbon comes out, it has a dissolved gas in it, similar to that drinking soda. When we pull out that crown from the bottle, that soda, that gas which is dissolved, that is the carbon dioxide, that comes out with the water, that is that soda effect what we get. Okay. So same way here, the well fluid, which is a mixture of sand, water, crude oil and dissolved gas. So when it comes out, and when it is sent to some tank or somewhere, so it also creates the same, that soda effect. Okay. So first and foremost important part is the separation of crude oil from gas, produced water, and that is the sea water which is coming with that, and sand. These three impurities are there: gas, produced water, sand, and various other impurities are also there, which are in solid state. Not only sand, because the drill chips are also there along with it, or whatever is there inside the reservoir, it is also coming. Okay, some radioactive substances also are found, not in all the hydrocarbon reserves, some in some of them. Okay, so in the separation unit is the purpose is we have understand to separate out all these things. Okay, so the gas which is separated out, you cannot use that gas directly. That one more important point I have explained. Uh, this crude which is having a dissolved gas in it, that is called as a live crude. So live crude is very difficult to handle. It is similar to, we can say that it is analogous to that carbonated soda water. So that soda water itself is very difficult to handle because it will immediately come out. Okay, it can, if you open that crown, it can hit on our face also. Okay, so it is very difficult. It is the live crude is same like that. So to to for transferring that crude, you have to make it a dead crude. How you will make the dead crude? You will take out the gas from that. That means whatever dissolved gas is there, because of which it is a live crude. So that gas, when you separate out, it becomes a dead crude. So it is same like that soda water. When you open up the crown and you keep it as it is, whatever gas is dissolved in that carbonated water, that is carbon dioxide, when it will evaporate, not evaporate, when it will be liberated on its own, then what you will get, what is left over is the normal water, that is H2O. Okay, so you can say that it is similar to that dead crude. Means if you pour that water, nothing will happen because there is no carbon dioxide dissolved in it to make it active. So same way is applicable for this dead crude also. So that is why dead crude is very easy for handling, and for transferring that we require it to be a dead crude only. Okay, so separation will not only remove the water, produce water and sand, but also the dissolved gas. That is, we will make the live crude into a dead crude. That is one thing. So this is a part of a separation. Okay, fine. So now the gas which we have taken out, separated. So this gas we cannot directly sell out because this gas has water vapor. This gas has, maybe it may have sulfur content, because of which it is called as a sour gas. Sour gas. Sour gas means which is having a sulfur content in form of hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S. Okay. So the primary purpose of selling this gas, uh, primary purpose to make this gas sellable, I will say, I will put my statement in this way, that if I want to sell this gas, I have to remove the H2S. For that gas desulfurization is required. And see, there are two processes. One is for treatment of gas and the other one is for the treatment of crude. That's it. And the third process is for the treatment of produced water, because the produced water you cannot directly dump it as it is into the sea, because there are certain international norms actually, or statutory bodies have laid down certain legislation, and in line with that legislation you cannot dump this. Okay, it is a crime actually. Okay, it has a very adverse effect on the environment. Okay, so now produce water treatment, then gas compression and dehydration. This is also very important. In addition to this hydrogen sulfide, the gas which is methane, basically natural gas, it also has certain other valuable products with it. They are called as uh, they are the byproducts which are called as the condensates. They are called as condensate, which are costlier than the natural gas itself. So these costlier, these components, they are separated from the natural gas. They are also gas, but they have to be separated, because if you sell out this with the if you sell it separately, so it is 3, 4, 5 times costlier, or maybe 10 times costlier, some of them, than the natural gas itself. So that is why these valuable products are separated. Second is that it is, some other impurities are also there, like mercury is there, which is poisonous. Sulfur H2S is also. not desirable, then some amount of water vapor is there. So all these things are removed, and then you get a pipeline quality sellable gas which you can directly sell out. So these two process we have seen: first for crude, for gas, and for the produced water. That's it. And the sixth one is the seawater processing and injection. Seawater processing and injection is what? Like we have seen that there are certain water injection wells, and in water injection well we normally use produced water. Okay, but suppose if the quantity of water that is required for injection is more than the produced water, then what we will do? We have to arrange the water from somewhere. So the best option for this is to use the seawater. But seawater we cannot use directly. We cannot use directly as an injection, because the seawater has certain weeds, certain algae, certain plants, sea marine plants actually, and certain bacteria also. So if you do not treat them before injecting, then this all these biological these elements, they will also enter into the reservoir, and they will affect the hydrocarbon, because hydrocarbon is basically that organic, it is made from that organic substance, no? So that that bacteria may decompose it and something else will be formed, and that hydrocarbon will not be useful. So in order to avoid all this, the seawater processing is also required. So basically how much we can point out, four processes are there. Separation one, second, processing of crude, processing of gas, processing of produced water, and again processing of seawater also, if in case when produced water is less for injection. So this is the thing. Support us by subscribing our channel, and one more important thing, I have given the link in the description box of this video to my book on offshore oil and gas technology. It is a very important book as far as you are a beginner, and even if you are at an intermediate level, the book is of a great help for you. So you can directly purchase the book by clicking on the link in the description box. Thank you and have a fantastic day ahead.